Hi, everybody. It's Linda G with our favorite man on Monday, Mel.
Hey everybody, hi Linda.
Hi, honey. How's the weather there, by the way?
You know what? I haven't even been out all day. Um, but I think let me check. My friend texted me this morning and said there was black ice outside, but I haven't been out there. So let me check. Weather is 41.
So you
Oh,
can't make black ice with 41-degree weather, right?
oh no, hold on. No, I apologize. No, 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 no. Oh, let me check. It was 41 yesterday.
Okay.
Hey Siri, weather in Glenview, Illinois. Just that one. Yes, 41,
Wow.
but it's going to get down to freezing. So then maybe that's why she was telling me. But
Right.
tomorrow's going to be cold. Hey,
So,
Siri, extended forecast for Glenview, Illinois. We'll figure it out.
yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can find it. It's not doing its thing. um, it looks like we're going to have a cold snap, but I don't know. It's been unseasonably warm, like 31, 26. I mean, normally, well, 30, but a lot of rain.
Well, we're getting Armageddon rains on Wednesday, so we'll have flooding again.
Well, you guys needed the rain, but not the flooding.
I know. Well, I'm very grateful that it tapered off yesterday that we actually had sun. Fortunately, things are calming down. A levee broke in Sacramento.
Are you high up so you don't get the,
No,
oh, ouch.
no.
We get flooding here too because we're flat.
Yeah, I'm in a valley.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see you building an ark in your house and like floating down your street, so that's good.
Yeah. Okay, my friend. So,
How's the temperature by you?
let's see. Today it's oh, thank you guys for all your questions. We got tons of questions.
A lot of them.
Today, right now, we got all kinds of flood warnings coming up here. 45.
Well, that's not. How far is
And there's
Pasadena
a
from you?
severe weather outbreak in south to pack tornadoes and wind damage. It looks like once again Texas and Oklahoma. Damn.
How far is Pasadena from you?
Oh, it's down towards Disney, about 800 miles.
Wow, California is so big.
Oh, I know. I used to live in Laguna Beach, and I used to drive
Oh, lucky you.
because I'm not a slow driver, so it would take me 7 hours. But I used to drive all the time. Now it's what, 40 minutes on a plane.
Did you have a good day yesterday? What did you do?
Yesterday, which was New Year's Day, I got to watch my 49ers win, and it was a great game. And it was hard for me to go against the Oakland Raiders, well, now the Las Vegas Raiders, because they were my team for years. The first Super Bowl I went to was the Oakland Raiders playing Minnesota down at the Rose Bowl. That was my
We
first
went
Super Bowl.
we went to visit our friend Patty and Lisa and Sue. They used to all work together. And Patricia, they would do Rose Bowl, because they had to cover the Rose Parade for travel, and so they were reminiscing about all the times they went. Sounds like they had a ball. I've
Yeah,
never been, but
in my younger day, all that people packed, I was always in big crowds. As I get older, I'm finding I don't have the patience.
yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody. Today's the
All right.
formal holiday. All the banks are
I
closed.
didn't get to eat I didn't get to eat my black eyed peas yesterday. I did have a bite of coleslaw because in the South you're supposed to have black eyed peas and cabbage on New Year's Day. So,
Did
oh
you
well.
make it or you just didn't have time?
I didn't have time to make it. It's been so crazy, but I'm gonna go to the store maybe later on today. My back is out a little bit, but I'm gonna get some black eyed peas and make them.
Well, today's the formal holiday, even though it's
It
January.
is, yeah.
In
Yeah,
my
it
family,
certainly.
in my mom's family, it was tamales.
Oh, I love tamales.
So I made tamales years ago. I haven't made it since.
Oh, you got to make some tamales.
I need to make them because you can't buy them like we made
The
them.
homemade ones are to die for.
Yeah.
You really.
Okay, my friend. So you got a bunch of questions.
I got a bunch of them.
And I did too. Thank you guys for posting your questions.
Yeah.
So do
Well,
you want to start with the first one, my friend?
well, I guess the biggest question on everybody's lips is Speaker of the House. And so that's just one that everybody's asking. I've got so many of them, so I thought I would consolidate all of those into just one about the Speaker of the House. So,
Yes.
you know, I never really saw McCarthy being Speaker. I mean, if he is, he won't last long. But
Yeah.
Bob Good, he's from Virginia. He's a Republican. He's saying that he's calling for a more middle of the road conservative to
Yeah.
be Speaker, and that's what I see ultimately.
The other day on my show, I got a very strong hit that, do you know how Liz Cheney said a lot of Republicans were coming up to her, glad she was doing this job.
Right.
But on the outside, they act like they're pro-Trump, but they really can't stand him. I've even heard that Republicans are hoping he gets canned and gets kicked out and not able to run for anything. Well, I also felt the same about Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's a newbie. She's a big mouth, and she's a turnoff for a lot of these long-term Republicans. And he's letting her be queen of the House. And it's like, dude, I've been here so many years, and you're going to take this flake. So I'm feeling a lot of people aren't voting for him because of who he's deciding to run these committees.
Well, plus, yeah, I don't think the crazies are going to win, like the Marjorie Taylor Greenes and Matt Gaetzes, that whole QAnon BS stuff. But McCarthy, I think a lot of the Republicans know, or many of them, is right in Trump's hip pocket. And Trump thought, my guides tell me, if he put his hat in the ring to run for president, and if the Republicans took over the House and he could control the House because he's got control of McCarthy. Well, guess what? The joke's on T. Rump and McCarthy, because it's not.
Oh, that's right. And also, Liz had said a whole bunch of Republicans came, so they probably know what Trump is doing, and that's why they don't want McCarthy. That makes sense.
And you know what? It's not going to play out that way.
Yeah.
Because Liz Cheney, even though she was voted out, she's not done. She's going to be formal. Actually, she can do more now than what she could do when she was in the House. You'll see what I'm talking about.
I definitely see her winning as
So do
I
I.
definitely see her running as president, but she won't win.
She won't win.
Okay, and here's from Richie. Hi, Mel and Linda. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Okay. And hold on. As I got such fat fingers, I accidentally hit something that. Oh, we got even more questions. It was at 69 to 82 now.
Yeah, I got a bunch.
Will we ever see a time where healers and Reiki will be integrated with Western medicine?
It already is kind of Reiki. A lot of hospitals heal it Reiki.
I thought Kaiser even is getting people to do things.
Oh, by the way, Kaiser Permanente had a great float in the Rose Parade.
They did?
Yeah, we don't have it here. We don't have Kaiser Permanente here, but they had a neat float. It was a big heart with like an EKG, and it was really cool.
Oh, and you said your favorite was
Trader Joe's. It was really a neat float.
Oh, that's great.
It was the
I
anime.
didn't watch it. I normally watched it, but I forgot to turn it on.
Google Trader Joe's Rose Bowl float.
I'll Google it. Okay, you get a question now.
Okay. Tammy Osborne says, will Lindsey Graham be asked to step down, or will he go to jail? Well, my guides show me he's going to be under investigation for what he pulled in Georgia. And I've always seen indictments. And I think that the DOJ is investigating some of his shenanigans too.
Yeah, but I see him squealing like a stuck, you know what?
Oh, he will. He will.
I see him telling, just like Mark Meadows has already given information to the DOJ.
But I think Lindsey Graham's career is pretty much over after all this.
Yeah.
He just really is. So that's what my guides tell me anyway.
Gigi, Happy New Year, Linda and Mel. Will George Santos lose his seat, and who will fill it?
Well, I just read that, like, in order to get him out, that the Supreme Court of that state could get him out, but I think they have to have probable cause to do so.
Which they
They're
do.
going to have probable cause.
Yeah, he's stealing money.
And a lot of Republicans don't want him.
No, because it's just making everybody look bad. A lot of people didn't want the guy that ran against the Reverend Marshall.
Oh, Walker.
Yeah, they didn't want him.
No.
And also, I feel that the only reason McCarthy is still, if he said I wouldn't vote for McCarthy, McCarthy would bend over backwards to get him out. But they are saying they're not going to give him any assignments.
Well, in my opinion, and now I'm going to get out of my psychic realm and just give a Mel opinion. When I give a Mel opinion, I'll let you guys know.
For entertainment purposes only, you guys. Go ahead.
Exactly. Being part of the LGBTQ community, I'm gay. But
You're
Santos,
gay?
you just found out? You didn't know? The bling in my college. The anti-Mel thing didn't do it, or what?
Yeah.
The anti-Mel's a character I created, and it's like anti-Mel's got, this is Mel, but when I do it, it's just a character I created.
Yeah, it's so funny.
But anyway, I think Santos is a disgrace to the LGBTQ community, because what the ultra right-wing Republicans represent, they're anti-gay, they're anti-Mexican, they're anti-everything. They're anti-whatever, unless you're white, middle, upper class, or rich. And, the fact that he's gay, that doesn't bother me. Be who you are. But the fact that he would lie and be such a sociopath and affiliate with a party, it's like he's like a version of Donald Trump, the pathological lie, sociopathy.
Yeah.
To me, he's an insult.
Well, they're looking for him in Brazil. Maybe we'll agree to extradite him to Brazil because he stole all kinds of money from the elderly.
Well, when you said that, my guides show me he will be extradited. And my guides show me he is going to end up having jail time. And my guides show me he's going to be out of the house.
Okay, good. Okay, I have a question. Ron has a question. Do you think the way in Ukraine will finally be over before it can further damage the world economy? And do you see the Republicans in the House being continued this year so they can't stir up too much trouble?
The war in Ukraine, well, actually, it's Putin that created the havoc in world economy. But, I just saw something and a light bulb went on. It said that a Uranian rocket hit and killed some Russian troops. And my guide put a question mark in my head, and it made a lot of sense.
What? That is fake?
What is fake? Would Putin do this and blame Ukraine just because he wants to control the press and the media and have other reasons to retaliate? And the answer came back, yes, that is true.
Okay. And also, he said it was an American drone or whatever that hit. And apparently more men died in that hit than have died at once for Russia. But they're hitting Kyiv left and right now. They're bombing Kyiv.
That's exactly why Putin used that story. Now I know why. My guides told me that.
Yeah, I kind of had that feeling like, is that true or is it a lie? You can't trust anything. He's just as bad as Santos.
Oh,
Trump. They lie about everything.
Correct. All right. I got one.
Okay.
Darlene C. Hi, Mel and Linda. Happy New Year. Do you think Ron DeSatan is involved with Matt Gaetz and Josh Greenberg and the whole sex trafficking deal? And that's what Trump has on DeSatan. I'm not going to accuse him publicly of that. And I do think Trump has some things. My guides say yes, that Trump has stuff on DeSatan that will be made public. But DeSatan's followers are going to be DeSatan's followers.
Right. And here's the thing, you guys can believe me or not believe me, but I tend to hit it pretty good. DeSatan outside of Florida is a nobody, except maybe in Alabama or something. He's not somebody that would move forward better than Trump or anything. He's just not. The ones that like Trump wouldn't vote for him because Trump hates him. So they'll say, no, we're not voting him because Trump hates him.
Right, exactly. All right. I think it's your turn, right?
Okay, will there be, Diane, will there be advances in treatment for addictions?
The answer
So
to
many
that is
people-
yes.
Okay,
I see new drugs coming out to help to help curb the craving for an addictive drug. Not giving people pain meds is the answer, because a lot of people can't get pain meds now when you need them.
I know.
I think the overprescription was wrong, but I see new drugs coming out that'll stop pain, that will also not create a high. And so I see a lot of breakthroughs in that. Absolutely.
Yeah, but this under the table made drugs. My dear girlfriend lost her son. He was at work, he had a bad back, and he took that one drug that everybody takes. But it was off the street and killed him. He dropped dead.
Well, I think there's going to be a crackdown on a lot of that.
Yeah, good.
So that's what I see coming. That was a good question.
That was a great question. Now it's your turn.
Okay, DY Siguria asked, will Trump form a third party to run for president in 2024 if he doesn't get the GOP nomination? Well, he's not going to get the GOP nomination. If he does, I'll be very surprised. My guides tell me. And if he forms another political party, he's going to have backing. He's not going to want to spend his own money. And if he does, it could very easily split the Republican vote, and that will be a sure win for Democrats.
Right.
So,
I love it.
let's hope he does. Let's hope he does.
This is from Ro. Happy New Year. Will there be consequences for Ginny and her Clarence? And what about Flynn brothers?
I hear yes on all of those counts.
Wow.
You and I have often said that Ginny was going to be under investigation, and and she lied. She lied and said she didn't have much to do with the insurrection, but we know she did.
Yeah.
And so, and I'll tell you, it's going to bite Clarence Thomas in the butt too.
Yeah.
So,
She says she wished she hadn't done what she'd done. They said
well,
Liz Cheney is the reason people aren't focusing in on her. Liz Cheney didn't want anybody to attack her because they said she's crazy.
oh, I'm sure. Well, her husband's not much saner.
I know. And what about the Flynn brothers?
I see them, when I had always said they were pardoned, but I always said that they were gonna go to jail even after they were pardoned. So
Well,
there's
I do see, sorry, I do see that after Trump, they go down. Sorry.
there's going to be more stuff that comes up in all this DOJ investigation. One thing will lead to another, to another, to another, and it's just gonna, and with this DOJ investigation.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, that's me. Now you.
Alexandra A. Silva, Mel and Linda, please, what do you see for the UK in 2023? Hello, UK, Happy New Year. Will the cost of living decrease in the next 12 months in the UK? She says, thanking you both. Much love and respect. I see the cost of living, I see that a cost of living decreasing in the UK in the next 12 months.
Okay, good.
But isn't it crazy? I'm seeing another prime minister.
Okay, I do too.
Yeah, I don't know if it's within the next 12 months, but I think so. Within the next year, you're going to have
They
another.
say, I'm hearing from my UK people that it sucks right now in the UK.
Well, I see it getting better, but this prime minister, I mean, I think the British people are going to say, that the members of parliament that are now in control have got to go because they're really screwing over the country.
Exactly, exactly.
I see a more liberal leadership coming into the UK.
Good, good.
So,
okay, so Linda and Mel from Bijoxo. I need good news for the new year. What is the best news coming from your guides for America and the world?
that the Republicans are going to be at each other's throats in the House.
And I also feel the war will end with Ukraine this year because Putin's going down this year. And I also feel like interest rates, I know they brought them up and they needed to, just wait for it because the interest rates will start going down. Home prices are going down because they were overinflated.
That's what I said too. And that's why the Feds raised the interest rate to
Right.
slow the market.
To slow it
A lot of
down.
breakthroughs coming in science with like recombinant DNA research and monoclonal antibody research and, you know, cures for certain viruses. They already have a cure for hepatitis. There was no cure for a virus up until about 5 or 6 years.
Hepatitis?
There was a cure for hepatitis C.
Which one?
I think it's hepatitis C.
Yeah, they've had that for a while.
Correct, but it was that same research into AIDS and things like that that brought about the technology for them to come up with a pill to cure hepatitis C.
Yeah.
I see more of that coming along.
Because I had the European hepatitis C genotype 2B. I got working as an OR nurse. And a lot of kidney dialysis nurses will get hepatitis C.
Right.
And they said, I found out because I was going to give blood to my mom. And at the time they called it non-A, non-B. And I couldn't breastfeed my boys because the CDC said there was a slight chance. I wished, now they're saying not, but anyway. So I went to the big conference because I was quiet. You know, it's a quiet killer. Right. Then all of a sudden my enzymes went through the roof. So I went in and I was talking, and the American one, I can't remember the genotype, was the killer. There was a lot of people had to go get liver transplants, but mine was solvable. And I had to do an interferon Pegasus, but right. One of the side effects for Pegasus was cancer.
Wow. So that's why
I got breast cancer.
Interferon, they would use in ribavirin, I think. But that didn't cure it. But now there's two. There's one through Gilead, I forget the name of it, and AbbVie has another one I think called Harvoni. And you take the pills for I think 30 days or something.
Does this even help the American, all different genotypes? Okay,
I think so. If I'm not mistaken, it cures the American hepatitis C. So, but I see more breakthroughs coming with drugs that will cure virus, not control it. I'm talking cure. There's a difference.
That's fantastic.
You know, it kind of will be to the viral world what penicillin was to the bacterial world.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yay. So I see lots of breakthroughs in viral research, lots of nanobot technology. I mean, tremendous breakthroughs coming in science.
Awesome. Yeah, and Sterling's real good with that kind of stuff, and he talks about the stuff coming up.
Well, I'm a science geek, so.
Yeah. So Teresa says, Happy New Year to you guys both. What do you think President Biden is thinking regarding Abbott's continuing disrespect and mistreatment of the Latin Americans that he shipped off to Harris's house?
Well, I heard somebody made a comment, I think it was on my channel, that said something about, well, he did that because, grab this one. He did that because, you know, he was just trying to make a statement that the states can no longer afford to protect these refugees and whatever. And I thought to myself, that wrong answer. You do not take a busload of people on a cold night that's 17 degrees in short pants and short sleeves with maybe a little jacket
and
children and deposit them in that weather and leave them there. That is just heartless and evil.
Yes.
It's wrong.
Yeah. And also it's illegal.
Correct. And I think behind the scenes, I think President Biden is going to be calling on maybe the DOJ and things like that to investigate that, because
there is an investigation going on now.
I did not know that, but here's the deal. It also is endangering human life. And I think that's illegal, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
You know, it'd be okay if they say, listen, we're overwhelmed here. We're going to have to bus people to different states. Right. You guys take some of the burden.
But have a place for them.
Yeah.
They didn't have a place for them. He just decided to round them up and drop them off.
With no
nothing. That sounds like Nazi Germany. You know,
that's something Jared Kushner would do.
Abbott is going to be called to task on all of this stuff. It's almost like he's giving his middle finger to the federal government. But guess what? Biden is really mad about it.
Okay.
So, anyway.
Hey, can I tell you something real quick?
Yes, ma'am.
FYI, you guys. I was telling everybody how to, and I was talking to a friend about, I was feeling Barbara Walters was getting ready to cross. And then she crossed. But I'm also wanting you guys to know, I don't normally say the names, but I feel two big people that work in television or press, that kind of stuff. I'm feeling that 2 men that are going to cross pretty soon that work in the conglomerates that own media stations. One in Australia and one in the United States.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't take pleasure in that.
Okay. So, all right. Was it my turn or your turn?
Wait, I got one. And I also see a female comedian, very well-known female comedian who was well-known passing. But
yeah, but I saw some major movie stars, older,
right.
some jewels that have crossed, that will cross.
I know what you're talking about. Certain news organization.
Yes. Yes.
I know.
Once.
Right. You're right. Because
One's first name starts with a T.
You got it.
I saw that the other night out of the blue, and I have to write it down real quick. And then there's some beloved people that are getting ready to go, but you know, they're older. It's just like with Barbara Walters. She was 93. God bless her. She got to live a long life. She did a lot.
I mean, she had a life that was like, whoa, you know. I mean, I saw her when she left The View, when she, you know, kind of retired. But she, you know, publicly, you couldn't tell that she was showing any signs of dementia. But I guess I mean, you told me that.
Yeah.
And I researched.
I can't guarantee it, but I heard she had, the reason she was so isolated is because she had.
True. It's true. So anyway, okay. This is 129 OLI. I don't know. She says, he says, what kind of karma justice is in store for Kyle Rittenhouse?
You know what? If you see, he was the cutest little boy. And his mom took a picture of him as a little boy holding a big, huge gun. And his mother is so to blame for him. Can you imagine? She didn't suffer any charges, and she took a minor with an AK. And well, was he still a minor? He might have been just 18, and drove him to that thing that happened. And he's desperately seeking approval from everyone. He thinks he got a little popular, so he's caught up in that, you know, oh, I'm popular and I'm this and I'm that. I'm going to run for office one day, and it's a nothing burger. The poor kid is going down like an old famous child star. He's just going down.
You know, he had his moment of fame and notoriety.
Yeah, he's 15 minutes.
That it had to be done at the life of somebody else. I don't want to really go public and say what I see for him, except you know, like a lot of other people who have had that kind of notoriety and not knowing how to deal with it. You know, at some point he has to watch that there's no addictions and things like that. I'm not saying he will. I'm just saying it's something he has to watch out for.
When I look at him, I don't look at him with hate. I look at him with sympathy, because he doesn't get it. He just does not get it. He was raised in that environment, my friend.
Right.
He was raised by people, you know, and then with all these far right, you know, you can't take my gun, all adoration of him. He thinks he's something that he's not, and he does not do God's work. I'll tell you that right now.
How much do you want to bet if that would have been him as the victim of that shooting? And those ultra-right people, you can't take away my guns, that have been victims of that shooting, they would have been the first screaming for gun control legislation.
Yeah, well, you know, when that gal died that jumped up and they told her not to do that, she jumped up on the window on January 6th and that man shot her. They did an investigation and they cleared him. Oh, they were all up in arms, by the way.
Oh, she was murdered. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's a hero. Well, that's, you know, it's turned that around, and you're talking about Kyle.
Correct.
So Tweet City Woman says, I was wondering if Mel had any further thoughts on the Idaho murders now that it turns out he was spot on with his prediction 4 weeks ago. Tall, muscular, but not bulked. Dark hair, square jaw. I don't remember you saying that.
I think I did, but I don't remember saying it. I guess I did.
Knew it was a man. And I knew they were going to find him. I don't think I went any further than that. but he was sort of a quiet, sort of a sneaky type.
Well, on cases, I'm good at reading into the personality and sometimes their description and that sort of thing, you know, maybe where they're located briefly. But I just figured he'd come to justice. I don't know what else they're
And
asking.
you know, you're like me, when you get a hit, you just say it. You just say,
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of times.
And I don't remember it.
But I knew he would be found. Just like with the those young girls that died in, was it Indiana? I saw them arresting, but this man that killed these children was, and he killed all four, and there was only one scream. One of the girls tried to run, I guess, and he yanked her back and killed her. And the neighbors heard the scream, but they didn't call the police because that place was always noisy.
Wasn't
But
that
they found him through family DNA.
wow?
So he was hit because of his DNA. It wasn't that they think or they hope. And they are very secure in arresting him. When you see them, you can tell they're not sitting on edge. We got the man that did it.
Well, everybody's innocent till proven guilty. But I mean, my intuition and my guys tell me absolutely they have the right guy.
Yeah,
You know,
with DNA, you know.
he was a criminal justice major and getting a PhD.
Yes.
You know, I don't know his motive. I'd have to think about it a little bit. But I'm glad that he's off the street.
He followed two of the girls on Instagram. I often felt like one of them made fun of him or turned her nose up at him or something. I've always felt that.
It was obviously rage. You just don't go stab four people in the same place. But
And they had a hard time getting the DNA because the two girls, the one girl he murdered, she landed on top of the other girl. So their blood was mixed.
I still think he was kind of like a Ted Bundy, maybe the deliberate stranger. He might have known them on Instagram, but I think he'd been thinking about something like this for a very long time. And it's a good thing he got caught because he would have gone on to commit more murder.
Yes. Did he go in with the intention to kill more than those two girls?
I think yes.
Because some people were still asleep in their beds and he didn't touch them.
I don't know why, you know, but he absolutely had intention to, I think, I mean, intuitively, I feel to kill more people. And if they wouldn't have caught him, he would have gotten more people.
Oh my
A
God.
different time.
And his father didn't notice a thing.
Sometimes they don't.
He went with him or they drove in the car to go somewhere. He said he didn't notice. He was just calm as can be. A lot of those murderers will do that. They'll even sit down and go in the dead person's refrigerator and get something to eat.
That's because they have no moral compass and no guilt or remorse.
That's not psychotic. What do you call them?
Sociopath, psychopath.
Psychopath. I was looking at a thing on psychopaths. They have absolutely no remorse.
The sociopath and psychopath is kind of the same thing. Nowadays,
I have remorse for everything, so I couldn't be one of those.
me too.
I feel bad, you know.
Me too.
If
Now,
I told Jack, don't do that, then I say, oh, I must have been too hard on him because he looks like this.
I know. Then they look at you with those eyes and like, okay.
Oh
okay.
my God.
I know. Okay. Oh, this is good.
What?
Jameer Nicholas. Hello, Mel and Linda. Hi, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Will Letitia James find out where Santos's money came from? Yeah, because everybody's wanting to know where his money came from. Santos got a lot of money.
And they'll find it. They'll find it.
They'll find it. And you know, I'm just thinking maybe behind the scenes, some of the Trump cronies kind of donated, and some of the ultra righters, they'll find the dark money. They'll find where it came from.
It's almost like that Kavanaugh. Like the Kavanaugh thing. How did all of a sudden all your bills were gone?
My psychic light bulb just went on.
What?
Whoa. Wow.
I
Well,
love it when that happens.
heads are going to roll at the IRS because of the Trump thing. But now the IRS is really going to investigate Santos. And they're going to prove that this money that he got, I don't know if it's ill-gotten, but did he pay tax on it?
Oh.
And they're going to get him for something like that.
Oh, now that could just like the big time, you know, the gangsters. That's how they got him, was taxes.
Correct. So my light bulb just went off.
Um, was it your turn next?
No, it's your turn.
Um, Cynthia, she's asked, Happy New Year. Do you see excessive amounts of food shortages? I don't.
No, we're having a lettuce shortage. I don't know why, but
We're having egg. There was no eggs at Safeway the other day.
wow.
None. I'm
This
really, I've got my onion skin on, like Carrie Lake.
mayonnaise. They used to put mayonnaise over the lips. How much mayonnaise did you use, Linda? As much as I did. I used a whole jar.
Big scoop. Okay, so what do you think?
You know, shortages of some things like lettuce, you can't get it here. So people are going to other stuff, you know, but I don't think major. I see prices of food coming down in 2023.
Me too, and I see more abundance of food.
Gas
Even chicken, you know, was almost $30 for a thing of chicken. It's down to like 12, which is good. It's still high, but it's going to keep coming down.
Well, I bought it when it was cheap and froze it. So, but you know, gas here has gotten low. Gas here now is about $3.40 a gallon in
Yeah,
the suburbs, which isn't bad. In the city, it's more because you pay tax.
and they say it'll stay low until the summer.
I think so too.
So
All right.
Jeffrey wants to know, George Clooney, when will he release his damn documentary?
I don't even know.
He's doing a documentary on Jim Jordan.
Oh, is it supposed to be a tell-all?
Yeah, I think it'll be March.
That's what I think.
Okay.
Okay, Carbon. After watching clips of Trump's New Year's Eve party in Mar-a-Lago, which I didn't watch, it's hard to believe this guy is going to be indicted for anything. How is it with his track record, he's still throwing parties as a business as usual? Well, he's got the right to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
You know, he thinks he's untouchable. He thinks he's Teflon, nothing sticks, but it will. Rudy Giuliani was there along with other cult members who supposedly flipped on him. Is it just wishful thinking he will ever be brought to justice?
He will be brought to justice.
Be brought to justice is correct. So will Giuliani. Well, Giuliani already has kind of been, but he's being investigated with the DOJ right now.
Let me tell you guys, I know you're going to be, there's a lot of the psychic readers who are saying the same thing. I see bada bing, bada boom. It's like one indictment after the other. It's
Jack
going to come, it's almost like shock and awe, like we're going to go, whoa. And I've been saying this for how many years? 6 years. Since he came into office, I said, you guys, he's going to go down, he's going to go down hard. Because, you know, while we lose faith, we lose faith. We get a little good news, then we go back into losing faith.
Well, I know, you know, but here again, this Jack Smith, is that his name, that special prosecutor? I'm telling you, he's going to investigate very thoroughly. He's just not going to throw and see what sticks. When he goes to court, he's going to have prosecutable, winnable cases and indictable cases. So that's what he's doing.
Right, right. It's going to work.
It will work. All right. Let me see. Oh, okay. It's your turn, Linda.
Is it my turn? Everybody, we want prayers, Janie said, and I saw this morning. Actor Jeremy Renner, who he's in intensive care, he had a snowplow accident.
Who did?
You might not remember who he is. Jeremy Renner.
I don't remember.
He was on a lot of the Avengers shows. He was Academy Award nominee. He's an actor and he's young. So prayers for Jeremy and his family.
Yes. All right. Are we ready, or do you have one?
Yeah, you give me one.
Okay. Hold on. Oh, this is cool. I think this is Black Love.
Can I interrupt you just 1 second?
Mhm.
Right now, they're saying 63 Russian personnel are dead following Ukraine strike. I won't believe it until, but go ahead.
Stuff Putin is putting out there. Hello, Mel and Linda. I love you both for calming my anxiety over the past year. Yay.
Yay.
Well, Linda got me started in this YouTube stuff. So anyway, question. Now that Stacey Abrams has lost the governor election twice, what's next for her? She ain't done. You know, I see her either winning or appointed to a high level position in government at some point.
Really?
Yep. Um, she's not done. I still see her thinking or running for office again.
I'm wondering if it's a Senate seat this next time.
That's what, you know what, that I just got cold chills with that. The answer is
Okay.
yes. Either
But I
that or the
see her
House.
running for something and getting in.
So do I. Now I could see her being Speaker of the House. Of course, she's not in the House yet, but okay. All right, it's your turn.
Okay, Pamela Power, she said on Sterling's show Sunday, 2023 predictions, he alluded something like somehow the Dems will get the House back before 2024. What do you guys pick up on that?
Well, I don't want to disagree with Sterling. I don't see that. I'm not saying he's right or wrong, but even if when Santos goes, not if but when, that still doesn't open up
Yeah,
a
I
majority.
see more good-minded, like, remember McCarthy said the nine Republicans that voted for that big package, that monetary package, they will not, any bill they present, they're going to block them. So you're going to get punished no matter what. I see the days of punishment being over because they're shutting the mouths of these people. I see Republicans coming across the table and working with everybody else.
I've been saying that at some Republicans reaching across the aisle.
Yeah.
Not all. But Kevin Chandler has said something, and I see it happening now, like a real split in the Republican Party. And he kept saying that, and you see it happening now. But I do see more moderate conservative Republicans taking the reins. So
yeah. So you got one, sweetheart?
Yes, I do. Pat B, I've got the hiccups. I'm sorry. Pat B. Hi, Mel and Linda. Will Missouri ever wake up and once again become a blue state where people can prosper? I see them becoming purple, at least. Missouri and Wisconsin at some point. It's going to be a while, but at some point.
Yeah, it's just really, it's so sad because the people that vote for red there are the ones that do not benefit from anything these Republicans are bringing forward.
Exactly. Anyway.
So Anne says, wish you both the best for 2023. Will the IRS investigation by the DOJ of Trump's taxes lead to Munchkin, also known as Munchkin? Well, I always call him Munchkin, who was the Treasury Secretary during Trump's term. Will he have any consequences from his time in office?
The answer is yes, because somebody ordered somebody at the IRS not to look at Trump's.
He did a lot of that.
Correct. And that's going to come out.
Yeah, and he's going to be in trouble. I always saw him in trouble.
I always did too, Mnuchin or Munchkin or what you call
I called him Munchkin.
Well, that fits.
Just like I can't call Pete by his real name. I always say Pete Delicious. It's just natural.
Well, Munchkin, that's an insult to the Munchkins in the Wizard of Oz. They were cute.
I know.
Anyway. Okay, Quiet Kate. Oh, I like that. She says, please enjoy prosperity and joy in 2023. Good. She says, have our guides advised us of any difficulties, misinformation, and shenanigans upcoming from the 118th Congress on the 3rd of January, 2023? No, because they won, so they're not going to pull anything. Had the Dems won, they would have, tried something. They will try to hinder Biden's agenda, and Marjorie Taylor Greene's going to be opening her mouth more and more, to the point, and my psychic light bulb just went on, where a lot of Republicans are just going to tell her, shut up.
Oh, that's what I was feeling. I feel a lot of Republicans don't like her.
Yeah, and you know what? When she tries to bully people and they stand up to her, I understand she backs off, which means she's that tells me she's
like AOC she was really harassing her, and then I think AOC really called her out.
She did,
and she stopped.
That's right. So the bottom line is, we talked about it. I mean, there's going to be some Republicans that are going to try to bully everybody. And we know that faction, the MTG, the Matt Gaetz, even, well, Josh Hawley, he's a senator, right? I think. So
No, he's a congressman.
he's a congressperson, that whole faction. But they're not going to win because the Republicans who have any sense of decency are going to say, wait a minute, this is enough,
Yeah.
I
So
guess,
Margaret wanted to know an update on the student loan forgiveness.
well, I see, I see them deferring student loans. I see, I see the interest rates reduced. They're still going to have to pay some of it back because the banks put the money out there, but it really was predatory lending, in my opinion. But I see legislation being passed to stop that sort of thing at some point.
Right.
So I see that what's going to happen is if those loans are deferred, people have to pay them, but it can't hurt their credit rating like it once has.
Okay. Catherine says, hi, mighty ones, love your shows. Do you see real work on stopping climate change?
Yeah, because look outside, it's getting worse. I mean, it's really accelerated over the past 4 or 5 years. I mean,
Okay.
they have 60 degrees in Chicago in January is unheard of. And it's going to be 60 like this week, I think, or next week. It's like
This year, I saw we're going to be a little bit quieter on the Western front, but I did see a lot of Armageddon type weather heading all over the world.
a lot more hurricanes.
Yes.
Whipping up to the Gulf, a lot more flooding. And then, with drought, it's the drought ending, but lots of flooding.
Right.
So you're exchanging one for the other. Okay, Liz wants to know, what is in store for Hunter Biden in 2023? She said, love you guys. Love you too. Not sure how to sign up for the free readings. Well, anybody that posts a comment on my community or ask a question on my community board automatically puts their name in for the 3 free readings for each 1,000 people that subscribe. So
Okay.
that signed you up, Liz.
There you go, Liz.
So what's in store for Hunter Biden? Well, I think Marjorie Taylor Greene and the McCarthy, they'll try to revive some of that crap, but it's not going to go anywhere.
It's going to be beautiful. Let me tell you why. Because you remember how Clinton won by a landslide after they did all that stuff to him. That's what people are going to be so sick of it.
And you notice what happened? Like, who was the speaker who tried all that? Who impeached Clinton? Oh, Newt Gingrich.
Yeah.
And look kind of what happened to his political career.
He even shut down the government. People never got over that.
That's correct.
And Karl Rove, who's now deceased. Bye.
Well, Newt's being awful quiet nowadays. So
yeah. So City Girl says fatty liver and liver disease expected to surpass diabetes.
I'm sorry, say what?
Fatty liver and liver disease is expected to surpass diabetes.
Well, most Americans over a certain age have fatty infiltrates in their liver because of our diet.
Right. And she says currently there is no medicine to treat fatty liver or liver disease caused by it. Will there be some medicine coming to the market soon?
The medicine is to watch the diet. I'll tell you a secret. My triglycerides were 100 points high, and when I went on a Mediterranean diet over the summer, I went to my cardiologist. He said, I don't know what you're doing, but your numbers have never been this good. So I think, watch the fat grams, watch the,
you can reverse fatty liver disease.
Yes, you can. Watch carbs, once it goes into cancer, well, even then they can still remove the cancer because the liver regenerates. But I don't know if the answer is more in medication or just educating people about diet change.
Right. My cousin Sue, who
Yes.
She drinks celery juice.
Oh, wow.
Because of the medical medium.
Well, she was talking about that.
She went in for when they put the probe up the rear.
Yeah.
And the doctor said you had the best looking colon for your age. Her and I are the same age. And she said, it's the celery.
How's it pay to be 30? You're the same age. You're both
I
30.
know, I know. Can you believe two cousins the same age? Yep.
I don't know what you guys are doing, but you don't look a day over 29. So you
That's
gotta
what I'm saying. You know, I'm cursed like that. I'm cursed like that. Oh, it's a holiday and my gardener's working.
Oh wow. Okay. Kelly Scarborough. This is a good one.
But
Mel and Linda, which House Republicans do you see being removed or stepping down in 2023? And will the Dems regain the majority? I don't think they will not regain the majority. It's not going to happen. But we know, I don't know if Santos is going to step down or be taken off, but
right.
which means in that state, I think then if he does, I think he'd be replaced by a Democrat.
Oh, very good.
Because I think they have to have a special election.
Right, exactly.
Is that New
Oh,
York?
yeah. They went to that state and talked to everybody and said, what the hell, the Republicans? What do you think about? And a lot of people were pissed, but a lot of them said they wouldn't vote for a Democrat. So,
Well, then they would vote for an independent.
ooh, Carol just said, Linda, I just saw there was an accident where two helicopters collided in midair in Australia. You said you saw a midair collision in your latest video.
Wow.
I know.
I hope, well, I already know the outcome of that, but it's tragic, you know. All right. A bird song wants to know, will we bring back mask recommendations now that there's a COVID surge of the double XB variant? All right. She said it's not China's fault. They lifted, it started before they lifted the lockdown. I think this is a variant of Omicron. And
Yeah,
I think probably people, you know, who have been vaccinated probably have immunity from it. I don't think they're not gonna shut down everything again, and they're not gonna bring back a mask mandate. I think
I know.
they'll make it like, you know, voluntary if you want. It is now. If you want to wear one, fine, and if you don't, that's fine too.
I wear one just because, but you know, I was at that Paul McCartney concert in the midst of all those people at the front row. And I got a notice from the health department that I had been exposed to COVID
Wow.
based on where I sat. And I never got sick. Nobody, my sister, my nephews, my daughter got COVID, but
Right.
not me or them. It's so weird. None of us got COVID, but we're
had-
all vaccinated.
Yeah, I had COVID before the vaccine came out.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Okay. Cassidy Hutchinson, the woman you saw bringing Trump down. She'd like to know more about her, and should do a thing on her and look at her future. What are you feeling for her future?
Let's do. Well, I mean, certain people are going to look at her as a hero, I'm sure, or heroine, I think they call it if you're a female. She's going to have to testify to the DOJ.
I think she's already talking to him.
She is. She really is. And you know, I think, you know, some Republicans will vilify her, but others won't. So, you know, I see her writing a book.
Yeah.
And I see the book doing very, very well.
Yeah, she's already in talks about that. Also, I really feel we should nominate her. The Kennedy Center is now taking people for profiles in courage.
How old is she?
She's young. She's probably 70-something.
I see more schooling for her. And I mean, she should go to law school.
Well, you know, she did the right thing. She got that Trump attorney telling her what to do, which was really illegal, and he acted like it wasn't illegal. And she just didn't like the taste of it.
Right. I admire her.
Yeah.
I really do.
And they were all so sure. Oh, don't worry about her. She likes us. She's not going to turn on us.
Well, some people I think in the party are shunning her, but others are glad that she did what she did, that she had the courage to do it because they didn't.
Right, right.
All right. Oh, this is a good one. Paul Raines wants to know, or Rhines. Hi, Mel and Linda. Love you guys. Thank you. Will Putin run out of bombs anytime soon? I read that he's using them faster than they can be replaced. I think he's getting help from South Africa. But
yeah, from Iran too. Yeah.
They don't have those kind of bombs. And so, yeah, he's going to be short. He already is. Shortages everywhere. And He's losing this war, and he's going to lose the war. His scorch and burn is not working. For every city he bombs, every Ukrainian that dies, that's going to make the Ukrainians that much more damned and
They're
determined.
angry. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I've never seen him using nukes.
No.
He threatens all the time to where people are like, yeah. But the reason he's not that he wouldn't use them, but I see the people around him saying, oh, hell no. Because, he uses nukes, it's over for him and a lot of people.
It's over for everybody.
Yeah, it's over.
Well, just like he said that if Sweden and Finland joined the NATO, that he would use strategic nuclear arms, and they joined and nothing happened. So.
Right. So Deb McDonough, she said, will there be disruptive solar flares in 2023?
I don't know if this is a year for sunspots or not, or solar flares. There will be a few, but I'm not worried about it.
I heard two.
I think we need to worry more about climate change on the planet as opposed to solar flares. Okay, Frida Farrick wants to know. She goes, hi, Mel and Linda. Thank you so much for all your readings. Thank you for watching us. May 2023 be a great year for you and for all of us. My question is, what will happen to Val Demings and Beto O'Rourke now that they lost and they are such great people? Beto's not done.
Yeah, I don't think he's
and
done.
nor is Val Demings. Beto's going to run for, I've always seen him in a high level government position, elected position. So maybe he should run for Senate or House. Anyway, he's not done.
Yep.
And Val Demings either. So that's what I pick up.
We probably should close out in a minute, but this is a good one. Darlene said, hi, Linda, love you and Mel both. Do you think DeSatan is tied up in the sex trafficking case with Gates and Greenberg?
Sorry, say it again?
Do you think sex trafficking is with Gates and Greenberg? DeSatan is tied up in it. Is this what Trump has on him? I know it's of an underhanded nature what Trump has on him.
Somebody asked that question on my community board too. I think we touched on it. This thing is in a lot of underhanded things, but I think one of the things that's going to bring him down is the stuff that he's doing illegally with immigrants.
Right.
So,
but Trump has something on him too.
Well, Trump said he did, but I'm sure that Trump did, which he's going to make public. He's just going to wait till right around more candidates get into the election, then he's going to come out with it.
Okay. Hey, Hope, I got to just say this one. She said it is being predicted that the world will end in 2023. I've never heard that from anybody.
I don't.
Have you?
No.
It's not going to end though. I can tell you that much. So go ahead.
It's not going to end anytime soon that I can see.
No.
Only because I see a future for people.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me think.
We'll do one last one.
Okay. This is a good one. We've touched on it, but sunflowers. Hello, Mel and Linda. Wishing you both a blessed 2023. Who do you see being elected Speaker of the House tomorrow? Well, if it's McCarthy, he's not going to stay in long. I can tell you that right now. I don't see him as Speaker for a long period of time, if at all.
Okay. All right.
What do you think, Linda? That's what I pick.
No, I see him going down and going down hard.
That's me too.
It's very sad for McCarthy. He's the big man on campus that's a nobody.
You know what? I have
his fall will be Marjorie Taylor Greene. Sorry.
And Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I have a hard time feeling sorry for him. I'll tell you why.
Why?
After the insurrection, he stood up and it's wrong and it's this and it's that. And then his butt was at Mar-a-Lago, sucking up to Trump after that, not long afterwards.
Oh, also he said that you get the vaccine.
Exactly.
He was pro-vaccine. Now all of a sudden he's anti-vax. So he goes, he's like McCarthy. He goes with the flow.
And exactly what happened to Joe McCarthy is going to happen to this McCarthy.
Yeah.
Um,
Sir, do you have no decency?
I mean, he doesn't, and he knew what he was doing when he started. You know, it just shows how pathetic he is to hang on to power, and it's going to bite him big time.
Right.
And I'm not so sure I got a funny feeling he's going to have to face some indictments. Whether or not he'll go to jail, I don't know.
Okay.
But I still see him in a lot of legal trouble. So
Right.
there
Well,
we
my
have
friend, you have a wonderful, comfortable New Year's, celebrated New Year's Day.
a happy New
And
Year.
I'll see you next Monday.
Okay, yeah, next Monday, my show, my channel.
Your channel. Are you guys planning on going anywhere in the near future?
No,
Good.
maybe Italy in May, but we do Africa in June. Then I got the Italy trip in October, which I hope you get your knee fixed.
Yes, so I can go.
And I'll let that go. Oh, I'm telling you, who was, I was just curious, who traveled with you that told you about my trip to Croatia? Do you remember the name?
No, she was a client of yours though.
Well, I'm
And
glad
she said, she just told me, I just want you to know, I went to the Croatia trip with Mel and it was really fun.
Good.
She said, go to his trip. It's hella fun.
She said, what? I'm sorry.
Go to his trip.
Oh, you know, they are fun. Our job is to make sure that everybody has the best trip they've ever had. So
That's good. Well, I'm glad.
if you're interested,
All right.
help us.
Bye, you guys. See you next week.
When we're gone, just hang on for a second, okay?
Okay.
Bye, everybody. Happy New